All right, I want you to put down your pens, close out of your apps, and get ready for a serious mental math challenge. If you're a student pilot studying for your FAA Private Pilot written test, you absolutely need to hear this.
Okay, here's your scenario. You're flying along at 120 knots true airspeed, but you're facing a straight-up 20-knot headwind component. Your leg is exactly 90 nautical miles long. So, what is your ground speed, and exactly how long does this leg take in minutes? Here's the catch though, mental math only, no E6B allowed. I want you to pause this explainer and drop your answer down in the comments right now. Seriously, go ahead, I'll wait for you.
Done? Awesome. Now, let me show you why the E6B Flight Computer is basically a 10-second cheat code for your FAA exams. It's one of the most tested, yet kind of most feared tools by student pilots, but not anymore. Welcome to Captain Aero. Be sure to hit subscribe and ring that bell for more FAA PPL written test prep. And hey, here's our like deal for today. If this explainer finally makes the E6B completely click for you, you gotta hit that like button. Deal? All right, let's get into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. The E6B essentially has two personalities. You've got the calculator side, which handles your speed and fuel, and the wind side, which is for navigation. Right now, we're looking at the calculator side. It features two rotating discs, and the absolute most important feature you need to locate right off the bat is the rate arrow. It's this small, heavy black arrow on the inner disc. That arrow is your home base for almost every single calculation we're going to do. The real magic of the calculator side is that it solves the classic distance equals rate multiplied by time equation in literally all its forms. It's really just three simple steps. Step 1, you set your rate at that rate arrow. Step 2, find your distance on the outer disk. And Step 3, read your time directly opposite on the inner disk. Just remember this golden rule: the outer disk is always your distance, or total amount, and the inner disk is always your time.
Let's apply this to that math problem I gave you at the start. To get our ground speed, we just take our 120 knots true airspeed and simply subtract the 20-knot headwind. That gives us a nice ground speed of 100 knots. Now grab your E6B, spin that inner disk until the rate arrow points directly at the 100 mark on the outer disk. Your rate is officially set. Now scan around that outer disk, the distance disk, until you find your leg distance of 90 nautical miles. So the crucial point is, look directly straight down to the inner disk from that 90. What does it say? 54. Your time en route is exactly 54 minutes. And you didn't have to do any complex long division in your head. 100-knot ground speed, 54 minutes. It's really that fast.
So be honest with me. Did you get it right in your head earlier? Scroll down and reply to your own comment. Let me know if you nailed it or if this lightning-fast E6B method just saved you a major headache.
And this brilliantly illustrates a beautiful secret of the E6B. If you can do time, speed, distance, well, you can automatically do fuel calculations. Look at this comparison. It is the exact same mathematical principle. Instead of your rate being speed in knots, your rate is just fuel burn in gallons per hour. And instead of your distance being nautical miles, your distance is simply your total fuel quantity in gallons.
Let me prove it to you. Say your aircraft burns 8 gallons per hour and your flight time is 2 hours and 30 minutes, which, of course, is 150 minutes. Set the number 8 right there at the rate arrow. Now, find your time, 150 minutes, on the inner disk. Look directly opposite that on the outer disk, and bam! You need 20 gallons of fuel. It's literally the same physical motion you just used to find your flight time. And you know what? You can easily run this in reverse to find your total fuel endurance. Like, how long can you actually fly on a full tank? Just set your fuel burn rate at the rate arrow, then find your total fuel quantity on the outer disk and read the endurance in minutes right there on the inner disk. It takes all the guesswork out of your fuel planning.
Now let's look at the True Airspeed, or TAS window. This is an absolute game changer for your cross-country planning. Right there on the calculator side, you'll see a cutout window. Just set your pressure altitude against the outside air temperature. Once those are perfectly aligned, the inner disk magically transforms to show your true airspeed correction. You just find your indicated airspeed on the inner ring and read your true airspeed directly opposite it on the outer ring.
As a massive bonus, making that exact same setting pressure altitude against outside air temperature, automatically gives you your density altitude. You can read it directly from the scale right inside the window. This is absolute gold for figuring out your performance chart inputs. Oh, and definitely don't forget the outer edges. The E6B has reference marks built right in to instantly convert nautical miles to statute miles or gallons to pounds, so always keep an eye out for those handy little arrows.
Section 2. Conquering the wind side.
Now I know this side looks like a complicated mess of grids and circles, but I promise you, It's actually just a very straightforward visual recipe. Let's move to and see how this builds our complete wind triangle in 4 physical steps. Step 1. Mark your wind direction at the very top index. Step 2. Slide the card so the center grommet is on a heavy line and make a mark for your wind speed straight up from that center. Step 3. Rotate the entire disk until your desired true course is at the top index. And Step 4. Simply slide the card until that pencil mark you made for the wind rests right on your true airspeed line.
And here's where the magic happens. Without doing any complicated trigonometry, the answers are just sitting right there staring at you. You read your wind correction angle by looking at how many degrees left or right your pencil mark is from the vertical center line. And for your ground speed, just look squarely at the center grommet and read the speed on the grid directly beneath it. Boom, the whole wind triangle totally solved.
Just look at everything you just conquered. Time, speed, distance, fuel burn, fuel endurance, the true airspeed window, density altitude, and the entire wind side. You now have the exact tools to handle every single E6B question they can possibly throw at you on the FAA PPL written test. So, I think it's time to cash in on that like deal. If the E6B finally makes sense to you, go ahead and hit that like button right now.
But before you head back to your studying, I want to know where your head's at. Which E6B calculation do you still find most confusing? Is it time, speed, distance, fuel endurance, the TAS window, or the wind side? Let me know in the comments below so I know exactly what to break down for you next in our upcoming explainers. Keep practicing, trust the slide rule, and I'll see you in the skies.